Hi, I'm Sarah Baya and welcome to my science class. Welcome to another fun and interesting lesson this week. In today's lesson, we will be describing how heat travels, and at the end of our lesson, you are expected to describe how heat is transferred from solid, liquid, and in air. But before we proceed with our main topic, let us review all about magnets. We are going to play the game Fact or Bluff. I will show you some information about magnets and you're going to decide whether it is a fact or bluff. So if you're ready, let's get started. If you answered them all correctly, congratulations! As a safety reminder, always be careful in handling materials. Perform the activities carefully so you will not harm yourself. Always perform the activity in the presence of an adult. Why do some objects get hot easily when placed under the sun? It's because the sun gives off heat energy. Heat energy reaches the Earth's surface, making the objects hot. Heat is a form of energy. As atoms and molecules inside of an object move, they create heat energy. Heat energy moves when objects have different temperatures, and it always moves in the same direction, from hot to cold. The cool object absorbs the energy and becomes warmer. So for today's lesson, we will investigate how heat travels from one object to another. For our first activity, you will observe how heat travels in solid materials. In this demonstration, you'll be needing an alcohol lamp, a metal rod, and wax. Put wax on the metal rod as shown. Heat one end of the rod and observe what happens to the wax. Now, watch this. In this experiment, we saw that the wax near the flame melted first. As heat travels through the metal rod, the other wax melts. This type of heat transfer is called conduction. The atoms and molecules of the metal rod absorbs the heat from the flame, causing it to vibrate and spreads heat to the other molecules. Conduction happens when something hot touches something cooler, causing heat from the hotter objects to travel to the cooler object. Solids can transfer heat through conduction. For our next activity, you will be observing how heat travels through liquids. We'll be needing the following materials: hot and cold water, food color, glass jar, a basin, and a piece of cardboard. Examine the setup. Fill the two jars with water. Color one jar with blue and the other red. The red jar is warmer and the blue jar is colder. Place the two jars as shown in the picture with a cardboard placed in the middle to separate the two. What do you think will happen if the cardboard is removed? Now, watch this video. In this experiment, you saw that heat travels upward as the warmer liquid rises and reaches the region which is relatively cooler. When liquid is heated, the molecules move faster. It rises, causing the cool liquid to sink. The difference in temperature caused the movement of the two liquids. This type of heat transfer is called convection. Convection occurs when heat is transferred through liquid or gas as the hotter material moves to a cooler area and For our last activity, you will observe how heat travels in air. Put the lighted candle on the table. Place the plastic bag in an inverted position such that the candle is inside the bag. Observe what happens as the air inside the bag is heated. Now, watch this. In our last experiment, you observed that the air inside the plastic bag becomes warm. As the air gets warm, the plastic bag becomes big and rises in the air. The warm air caused the upward movement of the plastic bag. This activity shows that heat can travel through space, and this method of heat transfer is called radiation. Radiation is when heat travels through the air in invisible waves. And now, time for some challenge. Our challenge for today is you are going to guess from the picture shown how heat is transferred, whether it is conduction, convection, or radiation. So if you're ready to test your wits, let's get started. If you answered them all correctly, congratulations! So we have learned today that heat can travel in solids, liquid, and in air. So that's it for our lesson for today. Don't forget to read more about our lesson in your textbook and module and answer the activities in your worksheets. Once again, I'm your teacher, Sir Abaya. Thanks for listening and see you next time! That's all for today. See you next time.